At number 5. The headless painting. It's a painted picture of a paranormal photograph. But aside from alliteration, it's also haunted by the headless ghost captured in the photo and immortalized in the artwork. In the early 90s, artist Laura P. created a painting based on a supposedly paranormal photograph taken by commercial photographer James Kidd. Kidd had taken a photo of a stagecraft in Tombstone, Arizona, and upon developing it noticed something surprising. Perched on a log left of the wagon there was a figure that had not originally been present when the photo was taken. Moreover, the figure appeared to be missing its head. After hearing the story in person from Kidd, Laura was inspired to create a 16x20-inch oil painting based on the photo. Laura said that,
"I took the framed painting with some others for a display in a business location. We hung the ghost painting on the wall behind an office desk. 3 days later people from the office called and asked me to come pick up the ghost painting. Every morning, they claimed, the painting was crooked. Again they would straighten it, and the next morning it would be crooked again. Also appointments were inexplicably messed up and papers went missing. They were actually afraid of it and I took the painting back. I told some of my friends about the painting and one of them doubted the story and demanded to see the canvas with her own eyes. And I showed her the painting. Upon seeing it she laughed. And that night in my friend's house, a clock that had been on the wall for 40 years fell down and broke into 100 pieces."
Finally, a friend of Laura took some photos of the painting, which is weird in its own way, given that the painting itself is based on a photo. The friend claims he had laid the photos out on the table in his home and when he went outside he saw a white hazy figure that seemed to be missing its head. At number 4. The portrait of Bernardo de Gálvez. The Hotel Gálvez in Galveston in Texas is renowned as haunted hotel. Spanish military leader Bernardo de Gálvez, who fought for the American colonies during the Revolutionary War and he died in 1786, but according to countless observers, the portrait of him that hangs at the end of a downstairs hallway at Hotel Gálvez, is haunted by the man's ghost. Dozens of guests have reported the portrait's painted eyes following them as they walk down the hallway. They also report cold spots upon approaching the painting. There is another phenomenon associated with the painting. Evidently, tourists who try to photograph the painting claim they can't get a clear photo of the portrait until they get permission from Bernardo's spirit. A paranormal investigation team actually visited the Hotel Gálvez for this specific purpose and claimed that all their initial photos were blurry and distorted. After they had verbally asked for permission they captured a clear image. At number 3. The Anguished Man. Sean Robinson's grandmother stored this creepy painting in her attic for 25 years, claiming it was haunted by the artist who created it, who reportedly used his own blood as pigment and then committed suicide. Sean's grandmother further claimed to hear voices and crying sounds emanating from the attic. The woman swore, she once saw a shadowy figure of a man in her house that she felt to be the spirit of the artist himself. It was for these reasons that she had kept the Anguished Man locked in the attic for many years. After his grandmother died, Sean inherited the painting and took it to his home, where he lived with his wife and son. Immediately, Sean reporting strange activity that was eerily similar to the stories from his grandmother, crying sounds and visions of a shadow man. The activity escalated to the point where his wife began to feel that something was stroking her hair. And his son inexplicably fell down the stairs. The boy claims a presence pushed him. At number 2. The Crying Boy. It was created by Italian painter Bruno Amadio. The Crying Boy was one of a series of mass-produced prints of weeping children staring straight ahead in distress. In 1985, strange stories began to surface about the Crying Boy in particular. According to a report in The Sun, a firefighter in England claimed that several copies of the Crying Boy had inexplicably survived dozens of house fires. The firefighter went on to say that neither he nor his fellow firemen would allow any version of the painting in their homes as they believed the series was cursed. Households with the Crying Boy reportedly had a high rate of fires, which caused some to speculate that the paintings were somehow setting homes ablaze. After reading the article in The Sun, many people were eager to get rid of the paintings, so the tabloid organized a Halloween bonfire to destroy the prints. At number 1. The Hands Resist Him. This is often referred to as the most haunted painting in the world, and it's incredibly creepy to look at it, and it has a pretty comprehensively disturbing backstory. The Hands Resist Him by artist Bill Stoneham's homage to a photo taken of him when he was a child, with the title taken from a poem written by his wife. The painting completed in 1974, and it's creepy enough on its own. Stoneham explains that, the hands were all of the possibilities. You were left with the question, are these disembodied hands, are they dismembered, floating there in space, or are they connected to bodies? Within only a few years of its completion, 3 men closely associated with the painting, including the gallery owner who first contracted it and the patron, Godfather actor John Marley, who first purchased it, were dead. The next couple to own the painting, a California couple who struck no one as the type to make up paranormal stories, begin to report incredible things, namely, that the figures in the painting were moving around at night and sometimes disappeared from the canvas altogether. The couple reported dreams in which the boy in the painting actually entered the room in which the painting hung. Additionally, everyone who viewed the painting reported feeling unwell, infants cried upon being in its presence, friends reported feeling like they were being lightly tickled by unseen hands. The couple got rid of the painting, and for the next 26 years the Hands Resist Him actually sat at the back of a California brewery turned art space. In 2000, the painting resurfaced in an eBay listing. Evidently, another family, perhaps the owners of the brewery, wanted to get rid of it and posted an eerily similar message regarding the painting.
At the time we wondered a little why a seemingly perfectly fine painting would be discarded like that. Today we don't. One morning our 4.5-year-old daughter claimed that the children in the picture were fighting and coming into the room during the night.